I'm Xavier Shane,
Hi, my name's Caden Gonzalez.
and I'm going to share with you guys an impactful life change story that happened with an invite that I didn't think meant much at the time. So, to start it off, me and Caden have been friends for a while and both play soccer, we both train, and I had hit up Caden to go train at Yukon Fields. And I had been going to Wednesdays and Sundays. I heard about camp. I was kind of hesitant on going just because it's a new camp. I was comfortable with Falls Creek, and I didn't really know what to think if I had an ID camp. But I put my foot down, and I said I was going to go, and I wanted to invite people just to have a good time. And through going to a training session with Caden, I just asked him a question if he would want to hang out with me that next week at camp, and he told me he'd think about it and he'd be down for it. And later that night, I was up late, just couldn't go to sleep, on my phone, and Caden texted me, "I'm going to be at Together We tomorrow." And I was excited. I responded immediately, and I said, "That's good." And we asked where to meet, and we met up at the basketball courts and met our groups, Walker, everyone was chill. I felt like Caden had a good time, and we made him comfortable and just felt like a good family. And through that, went to service and got Caden to camp immediately, and Caden experienced life change.
At camp, so Xavier was a day late. I was honestly kind of nervous because I've never been to camp. I've never been at church camp before. I've never really had God in my life. And I mean, when I was little, I had God in my life, but it kind of faded away as I got older, So Xavier invited me, and I was like, wow, okay, maybe this is my time to change in my life. And as we were worshiping, I felt God right here on my shoulder. I felt him, and it was kind of crazy because I've never felt that in my life. I feel like I just needed to let God take control of my life, and I need to give my life to Christ and be a changed man. And it's just kind of crazy how one invite can change someone's life, honestly. It's crazy.
So I've grown up in a Christian household. Both my parents are very involved in church, and I love them so much. Whenever I was about 6 years old, I made a decision to follow Christ, but that decision was an outward decision. But I was always really consistent in my Bible. I mean, I had the head knowledge. I go to a Christian school and all of that. And then Camp 2022, I just felt a lot of conviction throughout that camp. Just any time there was an invitation, I had a feeling weight on my chest. I was like, okay, you need to go down there, you need to. But I just kept pushing it aside because I have a lot of friends who look up to me, and I was scared of letting them down. And then it was July 6th at our late night service. I think Parker Mills had just spoken, and I felt like I had connected with him a lot. Just his words, what he was saying is, you have a 12-inch difference between your head knowledge and your heart knowledge. And I had the head knowledge. I mean, I was in my word consistently, but there was something missing. I knew something wasn't right. Well, that night there was the invitation, and I felt like I needed to go down. But again, I was like, no, this is not for me. I don't need to do that. I'm saved. I convinced myself I was fine. Then later, me and my friends went down to the altar to pray. And I just remember that's when I completely lost it. And I thought to myself, am I really going to let not even eternal opinions separate me from my eternal destination? I just knew it wasn't worth it. And that's when I laid it down, because in the end, opinions don't matter. And so I left it all. I got up, ran to the back, and talked to one of the leaders, and then I gave my life to Christ. And ever since, I've had this joy that wasn't there. The knowledge and the joy, they go together. And then fast forward now, Camp 2024, last night I accepted the call to ministry. I felt God just pulling on my heart that I was needing to do something more for his kingdom, and I was living too comfortable, because God calls us not to live comfortable. So I knew I needed to take that step, and I wasn't going to wait. I wasn't going to let the opinions of others stop me. So yeah, that's what happened at camp this year. So don't live safe. Don't risk it. It's not worth it.